Wait, so he's just forever on fire? This is honestly what superpowers would look like in real life. Generic Control in the Dark Greensboro here, back with another Gigguk video. Today we're doing Chainsaw Man's Author is Insane. Apparently the same creator of Chainsaw Man also made a series called Fire Punch. Now this was mentioned to me by one of my Discord members. I think it was Kyler Kenneth, I believe is your name. But you mentioned that Chainsaw Man is actually toned down compared to Fire Punch and other series and stuff like that. I'm reacting to Chainsaw Man right now. It's actually the last video I just recorded. It was episode 10, episode 11. That video should be out tomorrow on my anime reaction channel. Shout out to patrons, because that channel would not exist if it weren't for them. You check my reaction to the last Gigguk video. This is going to be my third one. I believe it was the Fate video. It was the longer Fate video. I'll leave my reaction to that video right up there. Also be linked down below in the description. But like I said, I've absolutely loved Chainsaw Man. I'm really upset to hear that it didn't do well in Japan and that we might not get a second season of it. I really hope we get a second season of it, because I'm really enjoying Chainsaw Man so far. But I have no idea what Fire Punch is. I've never heard of it. Looking at the cover of this, it reminds me of Shoto Todoroki. But Chainsaw Man's Author is insane. To come up with something like Chainsaw Man, you gotta be insane. I do read all your comments, at least some down below. I hope you are subscribed so you don't miss future videos and random Gigguk videos and Chainsaw Man videos and all that fun stuff. Like I said, I hope you're having a wonderful day. I do read all your comments, whether you're subscribed or not, whether you're a patron or not, but I hope that you are subscribed. But let's go ahead and jump into Chainsaw Man's Author is Insane. I mean, you gotta be insane to come up with Chainsaw Man.
Story about a man.
I just watched episode 10.
Chainsaw.
Yeah. Oh, wait, nope, that's...
Did I get that right? Chainsaw Man
Wait, is
is
this dick
possibly
turn to a
the
chainsaw?
hottest
That's
anticipated
that's
IP in
actually...
anime right now. Recently, it doesn't seem like Shonen Jump can miss when it comes to their
I
titles
don't
being guaranteed
think there's
mega-hits.
spoilers in
Jujutsu
this.
Kaisen, the new kid on the block that everyone seems to talk about. Demon Slayer only broke every sales record imaginable and completely revolutionized anime movie tie-ins forever.
Yeah. Jackie's about to watch that for the first time.
Watch this than took
first
showers,
anime.
and yet even with that, it feels like there's just as much hype for Chainsaw Man, even though it hasn't even started airing yet. 100,000 people were waiting in the lobby for the new trailer drop. The trailer numbers have got upwards of 17 million views on YouTube, which is pretty much unheard of for a new upcoming IP. I mean, these are the kind of numbers Attack on Titan Final Season is getting, and that's Attack on Titan Final Season. Just from these trailers alone, this might be one of the most beautiful things Studio Mappa have produced. I mean,
I don't think there's any spoilers in this.
Just look at this.
I really hope there's not any spoilers,
because
I still have 2 more episodes to watch.
To take over the anime community and further cement Shonen Jump as the powerhouse of anime and manga. But I'm not here to talk about Chainsaw Man.
Not the Drake meme.
Wait. Hold on a second.
No.
Airing before I tackle this behemoth of a story, because I've said this a few times before, but I haven't actually read the Chainsaw Man manga yet.
I haven't either.
Why? I mean, just look at this. Wouldn't you want to experience this story for the first time via anime if it ends up looking this good?
It does look that good.
Read pretty much everything else the author has done. Tatsuki Fujimoto is one of the hottest names in manga right now.
Never heard of him.
Chainsaw Man is busy taking over the world. I wanted to take a chance to talk about some of his other works, because after perusing, I fully believe that he might be one of my new favorite manga artists.
Why, because he's crazy?
Reading this guy's work and seeing his current path in manga, I honestly think we might be witnessing the journey of one of the greatest manga artists of our time.
Wow.
Yes, burn this name into your memory, because this guy...
That's him. A proceed to levitate? Does he actually?
Could well possibly be the new face of manga.
Really?
Everything he's touched, without exception, is, in my opinion, worth a read. So if you're looking for something to hold you over from that Chainsaw Man hype, this is the perfect place to look.
That's a nice view count.
With Fire Punch. But before we jump into Fire Punch, I wanted to talk about my friends over at Boxu.
Boxu, that's it.
Sponsor. Boxu is a monthly subscription.
Fun fact, I've never eaten an orange.
Premium Japanese snacks
and I do have a food reaction channel, which I need to do another. I need to film another one of those. But
providing a gourmet
this new green screen is taking a lot of my time.
Right now, I'm not gonna lie, Japan is absolutely boiling in the summer heat. But on the bright side, I finally get to go to some summer festivals, which is this month's theme. That's right, you have a chance to have your own Matsuri festival this month, because if there's one thing you need to try out at summer festivals, it's the food and snacks. And Boxu has got you covered. They're here to curate that experience just for you.
The packaging is so different.
Snacks in a helpful little booklet. It comes with each
Alfred's video when he was in Japan, it was like everything is anime related.
Is of course takoyaki, and Boxu have given us
some
takoyaki snacks right here.
What is that?
Let's taste, shall we? Oh, that smells like takoyaki. God damn.
I don't know what. What? That's not what the picture
was. You taste so much like takoyaki. What the hell? We also got ourselves a chocolate sand cookie. Let's have a taste of this one as well. Look at this. I know I'm gonna like this already.
It looks like a giant Andes mint you get from like Olive Garden. But you can actually just straight up buy those.
Refreshing snack. That's really good. So, if you want to start your summer festival episode today, click the link in the description and use code Gigguk15 for $15 off your first purchase. Thank you to Boxy for sponsoring me.
That's a really cool idea. I want to go to Japan so bad. That's like the one place I really want to go to.
Who punches things?
Not One Punch Man.
With fire.
Oh.
Fucking nailed it. It's the end of the world. The Earth has frozen over into an ice age, plunging everyone into a never-ending winter that has pushed life to the edge. Plants won't grow, animals are dead, and humanity is on the brink of extinction. Thankfully, there have been some humans that have been blessed with superpowers and can perform feats of miracle.
Firebending.
Like our main character, Agni, who's been blessed with the ability to regenerate. Under any other circumstance, this would be his opportunity to be a superhero, but in this barren wasteland, there's only one way his power can be useful. As an infinite food source. Arm after arm, he painfully severs his limbs for his sister and village to feast upon, so they don't starve
to death,
his arms? Even though there's little reason for anyone to keep the will to survive and live on this kind of way.
Where does he get the energy to do that?
Punch opens up its world and introduces you to the story that you're about to experience.
That's
because
crazy.
One day, after encountering another group of people who find out this village has resorted to cannibalism to survive, another blessed human takes it upon himself to cleanse the entire village with his own powers by burning everyone alive with a flame that cannot be extinguished until the subject is dead. Unfortunately,
it's a cursed
Agni,
fire.
This means he's been set ablaze with a flame that will never stop burning him, as he regenerates faster than his body can.
Wait, so he's just forever on fire?
Yeah, he could do nothing but writhe around in pain, constantly burning to death but unable to ever die. 3 years pass until he can slightly move around by chewing his tongue off to distract him from the pain. 5 years before he learns to breathe with the pain of the flame searing his lungs upon every breath. And only after 8 years of constantly burning is he fully able to adapt to the pain.
Chainsaws ripping through his skin.
The first thing he does is he makes a fist, engulfed in flames.
And punches something.
I'ma punch that motherfucker who did this to me. Yeah. How's that for an origin story? Oh, look at this man with the little spider bite. Was the little spider bite
oh,
dead
uncle.
Looks like a painful boo-boo. Oh, is the widow baby sad because his parents got shot and now he listens to My Chemical Romance? Little baby, don't be sad. It's gonna be okay.
Bro is permanently on fire.
Your family burned alive in front of you, only to have your entire existence be in constant searing pain of being scorched to death every moment of your life. Fire Punch takes a superpowered, superhuman story
I mentioned Shoto Todoroki.
It reshapes and reframes what you think having superpowers would be like by dropping you into one of the most brutal and unforgiving worlds I've seen in manga. You got electric powers? Fantastic.
What does that do?
Hammer so I can go around saving the world like Thor, right?
No.
Nah, actually, you know what? You can be really useful as a personal battery that people can use to power their homes.
This is honestly what superpowers would look like in real life.
Right now, so heat's the one thing humans need. So let's just strap you down so you can become our personal industrial power plant.
Yep.
If you have powers, you're not just a human being, but a natural resource people need to expend in order to survive. And by God, are people going to survive by any means necessary? This is a world without hope.
Sorry, was that Ultra
Drift
as
a vehicle
Goku?
to dive right into the deep end to showcase some of the worst sides of humanity and the things people will turn to in times of desperation. We've seen stories like this before, but Fujimoto manages to present them in a way that feels fresh and new. It's a dark, deep, introspective story that somehow finds time to make some kick-ass action along the way as well. And even then, he finds his own way to
Audio, why are we doing this?
Like, I don't know why in basically every story I've seen with superpowers, there seems to be this unspoken agreement that no more than two people... Like, I don't know why in basically every story I've seen with superpowers, there seems to be this unspoken agreement that no more than two people will have
For some reason, my audio got messed up.
And if two people in the world do with the same power, it's just like, oh, hey, you know, I'm like the token fire guy in the story, so I guess we've got to battle to the death and stuff. Okay?
Yeah.
Fire Punch says, fuck that. Let's have a full-on slaughter fest with a room full of Wolverines who can regenerate and see who comes out on top. People here know what kind of powers exist and have adapted fighting styles that play to their strengths and weaknesses of the powers they go up against. To a regenerative, body parts can be a resource, a weapon to be used to give you an advantage.
Yeah, that's brutal. He had his balloons
chops his own head off midair so he can regenerate faster and get back in the fight, chucks his arm at someone and sets them on fire. Somehow in this world gone mad, Fire Punch still feels like it's steeped in realism. This is how people would fight, act, and live if shit like this actually happened in the real world.
Actually kind of real and that's scary.
In a desolate world with little reason to wake up and continue living, where can you even begin to find meaning in life? Was there even one to begin with?
You can keep everybody warm.
Is it possible to find hope in a place of hopelessness? It's also a story of a guy who's been set on fire and punches people. It gives you such a unique feeling.
Too angry to die.
Because there is one big distinguishing trait I found with Tatsuki Fujimoto's work.
Pain?
It's It's fucking weird. Within chapter 1, Agni's sister is like, Oni-chan, do you want to repopulate the world?
What? Wait,
and I was like, oh,
what?
Fire punch. I didn't realize this was the kind of fire we were going to be starting with.
No,
but,
no,
you know,
do not.
before she could light the flames off the incest dumpster fire, she just became one. Ayo! One of the characters
that
has an
better?
entire arc where they want to make a movie and cast Agni as the main character, which is like, okay.
What?
Another person meets a village doctor, and he seems like a swell guy. He wants to save all the children and the dogs. Must be a good guy if he cares for dogs.
Yeah, he's great.
Out of nowhere, he's just like, so, wanna fuck my dogs? And that's like some of the normal plot developments that happen. The second half of Fire Punch is a psychedelic acid
plot.
That goes more off the rails the more pages you turn, and I'm definitely gonna need another video to break this down because I need you guys to know.
In a nutshell.
I can't be the only one to know what it feels like to be on Fujimoto's wild ride. If you think you know the direction,
but it's everything like this.
You're wrong. Every time you think Agni's gonna take one step forward,
is this ever gonna get an anime?
Never tapes up. This is not the kind of series that will make any kind of sense in the traditional way. But if there's one thing I will guarantee, it's that it'll give you an experience like none that you've ever had before, and that's something I feel emanating out of all of this guy's works. He's someone that takes normal convention and drop kicks it out of
which
the
is good.
Someone
which is really good.
To throw in some batshit insane things into his work, even if he knows the general audience might not understand it. Fire Punch was a melting pot of raw ideas from a talent that had yet been refined.
You know, it's actually something new. It's refreshing.
But through the unhinged madness, I could tell that there was something special behind this vision. And I think Fujimoto learned a lot of lessons from this, because his future work would only grow to be more polished.
Oh, so that was his first thing?
Insane style.
He started with that, page 1.
Man, but also in his one-shots, namely Look Back and Goodbye Eri.
Okay.
Most manga one-shots you see are around 50-ish or so pages, acting like an extended manga chapter, and yet this guy somehow had the gall to do 2 very notable one-shots, one being 143 pages, and the other being 200
What makes it a one-shot?
That's not a one-shot, that's an entire fucking manga volume, which I believe in the mangaka world we refer to as absolutely fucking cracked. But it was in reading these 2 titles that changed my perception of Fujimoto from just being a talented manga artist to being an absolute genius.
Like draw
Both of these one-shots tell stories you may be very familiar with. Look Back follows the life story of 2 manga artists that become friends, and Goodbye Eri is about dealing with the grief at the loss of a loved one. But they both take their own very weird turn with their own weird Fujimoto flair.
When does it levitate up?
More time for me to describe than for you to just go ahead and read them, so please just go fucking do that. They're both available on the Shonen Jump app, and I guarantee you're not going to find a better way to spend 30-ish minutes of your life.
Wait, it only takes 30 minutes?
Fujimoto has such a unique style of storytelling that feels almost intimate in a way. The man has a grasp of manga in a way others could only dream, and I think both these stories fully display what makes him so special. This is what it's like seeing a genius visual storyteller at work. He knows when to use dialogue and when to shut up and let his panels do the talking. Take this scene from Look Back. Fujino is just a kid who draws manga for fun. Her comics get published in the 4th grade newsletter and everyone praises her for it. She's talented, they say. She's the best there is, they say.
What happens?
There is no one that could be better than her. She is a manga genius. That is, until one day, another person her age publishes their art in exactly the same newsletter and completely blows hers out the water.
Oh
hers
no.
looks like an amateur scribble next to this mystery person, and everyone around her makes her know it. So, unwilling to take the L, she practices. Day in, day out.
Is this like his life story or something?
Before she knows it, it's years later, and she's looking at her new improved comic next to the same person who's also gotten drastically better in a way that she could never even hope to reach. Convinced there's no way she could ever compete, she gives up on manga. And so time passes, and eventually she reaches graduation age. Her teacher asks to deliver a diploma that belongs to this mysterious rival that she never met. And after reluctantly going along with it, by complete chance, they meet. Turns out her rival was another girl that was a complete shut-in all this time that focused on nothing but art.
Doing that.
She finds out that her rival was actually jealous of her and her storytelling skills, and on top of that was even a fan. After asking for an autograph, the other girl, the rival, the person that in Fujino's mind she could never hope to compete with, calls her a manga genius. And then, after saying goodbye, all you see her doing is walking away, and you see this.
That's crazy.
This.
And then what?
Then you turn the page.
And nothing?
And
what? Lightning? What happens?
It's rare to see such a mastery when it comes to visual storytelling. You can feel a wave of emotions shifting and turning in a way that's normally impossible to convey on a still page.
Well, that car
Joy,
looks small.
excitement, validation, vindication. This didn't feel like I was reading a manga. It felt like I was watching a movie, not with rough storyboards, but with real actors conveying their subtle emotions. And that's the magic of his work. His art is able to portray such a range of emotions and impact. One panel
I was just talking about how crazy
making a dumb face, and then
one
the next
scene in
could be a
Chainsaw Man episode 10 was.
Existential
like how
nightmare.
well it was
the
done.
Kinds of panel with such striking imagery that it will be burned into your psyche for years, decades, for your life to come. It's this ability to switch on and off at a whim that makes Fujimoto a master. We are just puppets on his stage, with our emotions tethered to whatever he wants to express. And all this is on full display in Goodbye
like,
Area,
how do you become that?
One of my favorite pieces of short fiction I've ever read.
Do you just
the manga focuses
draw
on a boy
stuff
trying
and
to come to terms
like
with his
pitch
mother
it
passing
to
away
companies?
from cancer, and he does this by making his own movie that he films with his own very weird and twisted personality. What makes this special isn't just the story that's told, but the way manga is used as a way to tell it. Almost every page in this manga is split into 4 panels, almost like they are frames from a movie itself, the movie being made in this story. Sometimes we are cutting to different scenes, sometimes it's a behind-the-scenes shot, and sometimes there are entire double-page spreads of almost the exact same panel, just so we can see subtle movement and expression. Which means the few times a page breaks this paneling formula,
all of
it
them
impacts you in a new way I've never really experienced. It hits different, okay? I tried to find another way to say there isn't. It just hits fucking different, alright? The narrative takes you on a journey of what you perceive as real, reframing your perception as you continue reading. Right up until the end, it weaves in and out of some perfect
I don't know how much Chainsaw Man's out.
And we're here to figure out whether we're watching a play or whether we're watching real life unfold. The fourth wall isn't broken. The fourth wall is removed entirely, and we as an audience are wondering if it ever existed in the first place. This isn't a manga. This is an indie film that's been playing inside of Fujimoto's mind, and we've been lucky enough to get front row seats at its screening. Somehow,
that's terrifying to think about.
Cinematic manga a thing. This one shot packs more emotion in these 200 pages than most manga do in their entire run. There are twists, there are turns, there's that same Fujimoto weirdness that takes you to a place you never thought the story would go, but at the end of it,
what's the weirdness?
There's a message, loud and clear, that culminates in a final panel that blew me away. This was, in the simplest of terms, a masterpiece. If it was a real screening, I would have stood up and given a standing ovation. And that's why I don't think I'm overstating it when I say Tatsuki Fujimoto could be one of the future goats of manga. It's rare that you see such a raw talent in any field.
He looked young in that video.
Witnessing the start of his journey. I'm very surprised Chainsaw Man blew up as much as it did. Telling me his work would be something
but apparently
that
it didn't do well in Japan.
Audiences would be about as surprising as telling me that David Lynch is directing the next MCU movie. But at the same time, I'm really glad that it did, because behind all this craziness, behind all the weirdness, behind all the batshit insane ideas, there is a raw desire for expression. You can feel Tatsuki Fujimoto's pure passion for storytelling.
Well, I'm glad not all of his stuff is about pain and suffering, though.
Pretty out there, but through it, I sense a conviction like no other from someone who's so unwilling to compromise on his vision, even if it means having to stick the middle finger to popular convention. And all this sets the stage for the Chainsaw Man
stands
anime
out.
to drop, as the wider world can get a glimpse of the face of a new manga juggernaut.
Oh, so that is his first anime. Did he levitate? Time to get the world to get Tatsuki Fujimoto.
Hey guys, hope you enjoyed that video. I am hyped as hell.
He probably watched this video.
Else is, but I'm gonna wait until it starts airing before I consider making a video on it. But with that
he did make a video on it, right? Should I react to that once I'm done with Chainsaw Man? I should finish it next Friday.
Jeff Lavados, Payne Patchett,
because tomorrow should be episode 11. Patrons should have it either an hour or an hour from now.
Again, if you haven't heard, this might be old
Patrons
news now,
there.
but I am going on tour in North America in the month of October and late September. If you want to have a chance to see me and my boys C-Dog VA and Joey the Anime Man live, then go to trashtastetour.com to purchase your tickets. We are sold out in a bunch of cities right now.
I guess Raleigh makes sense. That's where Epic Games is located.
Haven't. Anyway, though, that's it from
Raleigh's
me. Not many
crazy.
updates
The market.
today. I've been Gigguk, and I'll see you all next time.
Yeah. Like I said, shout out to Kyler for telling me about this. Let me know what the next Gigguk video should be. I'm actually about to record a Fate video This is going to be interesting that a lot of people were interested in as well. That video is going out the same day this is, because this video is going on Thursday. I don't know if this one's coming out 3:30 or 4:30, but there's going to be 2 videos today. The other one's going to be about the Fate series. I think it's to talk about the grand order of things. I don't know. I'm about to record that video next. I read Fire Punch. That's a different video. I don't know. So this is basically this Chainsaw Man. I might react to that in 2 weeks or so once I finish up with Chainsaw Man season 1, unless it has spoilers for like season 2, because I know that they are quite ahead. That's why I can't react to the Makima death battle, because it has spoilers for things past season 1 of Chainsaw Man. But I'm absolutely enjoying Chainsaw Man quite a lot. I look forward to reading your comments. I'll be responding to a lot of them as well. I hope you are subscribed to those future videos. But until next video, take care and cue the music.
We were